It's me, Matt Sokol. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another upcoming Yeezy video, number 17 of the series, discussing the Yeezy Boost 380 Pepper, non-reflective and reflective. The non-reflective is releasing Saturday, September 19th for a retail price of $230, and the reflective pair is dropping the day before, Friday, September 18th for a retail price of $250. Starting with the design of the shoe, let me just say that I personally am actually excited about this colorway. I've been waiting a while. For me, this is my second favorite colorway out of the 4 380s that have released. I rate the Alien as number 1 and the Pepper as number 2. This shoe is white with tints of gray and actually a little bit of blue according to reports, although I can't really see it that much in the pictures. I am sure when I get my personal pair in hand, I'll be able to see that a lot more, because that seems to be the case with a lot of the Yeezys in general and kind of the undertone colors that maybe they mention in the description, but you don't actually see in the pictures online. I am excited for that. Nothing crazy with the shoe. Of course, it has the bungee lacing system, which I assume is going to be kind of a new standard here, along with the regular laces in the box. So that's always dope. Bungee laces are a good thing. I like them. They're stylish. They simplify wearing shoes, and they really just make it easier. So nothing crazy with the design. The reflective pair, of course, very similar, except a little bit different color because of the 3M reflective in that. Where are these going to be available? Well, that's a great question. These shoes, the stock numbers on them are going to be high. You're going to be able to cop at least the regular pair, that is. And these are going to be available on YeezySupply.com as well as a number of other websites. All of that information is in the description down below, full site list. I think one of the best spots you're going to be able to actually cop a pair of these is on the Adidas Confirmed app. And the reason that I say that you're going to be able to cop on the Adidas Confirmed app as opposed to like Yeezy Supply is because what I think is going to happen is that, learning from their lesson on the misdrop, I think that they don't want this to sit on the site, because it's not good when it sits on the site just in general, because it makes it seem like there's not much demand. So if they can make it seem like it's sold out on Yeezy Supply, even though they actually lowered stock to compensate, then that's good for them, and it's good for their marketing, and it's good for their branding. And so what they'll do is they'll see that the demand is low, which they probably already know. They'll end up pushing a lot of those pairs to the Adidas Confirmed app from Yeezy Supply, this way that the pairs aren't just sitting on Yeezy Supply. And there's so many people entering on it, you know, the Adidas Confirmed app regularly, that they say no to, that they're just gonna give those pairs away, and they're gonna make it look like it's sold out when they really just moved the stock. They just reallocated it. That's why you should enter the Adidas Confirmed app if you want a personal pair of the regular ones. The reflectives, obviously, as we know, are more exclusive, and so it's not gonna just be as easy as that to get them. However, I am convinced that if you're on YeezySupply.com, you're probably gonna be able to cop a pair, because even though they might reallocate some of that stock, it'll still be in stock for a decent amount of time. For example, on the last, 700 V3 drop, the shoe sold out in 22 minutes. That's not gonna be the case with this shoe, even if they reallocate stock. So Adidas Confirmed app is always a good option. But the thing about that is you don't actually know if you won until usually after the Yeezy Supply drop. And that's because they see what the stock number is. If you're gonna be going on YeezySupply.com to buy a pair during the drop, for personal that is, make sure you're also aware if you already entered the Adidas Confirmed raffle, because if you enter for the Pepper, I think there's a good chance you're gonna win on the Adidas Confirmed. And if you're trying to get a personal, you probably don't want 2 pairs. So definitely make sure and beware of that. As far as resale predictions, guys, you can go on StockX and you can see that the non-reflective pair is not doing well. And the reason that you can get that information now, even though the drop hasn't happened, is because it actually already happened in Europe. And if you're from Europe, since 9% of my audience is from Europe, you already know that the drop happened Saturday, September 12th. Anytime a drop happens outside of the States, before it happens in the States, we see the market react as far as price, even if the volume of sales doesn't necessarily match up to that. So guys, non-reflective, no resale value on this. Some people might try to ask me, what if I buy it under retail and I hold it? Listen, I'm not buying the non-reflective version to buy and hold. I tried my luck with the mist. I bought a bunch under retail. I got burned. I'm staying away from the 380 models that don't have real hype behind them. Like, this is just not one that people aren't excited about, and people aren't excited about 380s at all, in my opinion. I'm disappointed because I love the 380, but I'm not gonna let my personal bias override what the market's actually saying, because at the end of the day, the market is right, not your opinion. No one gives a shit about your singular opinion. They care about the market's opinion collectively. That's what we need to understand. And 380 models, nothing great as far as resale except the OG colorway, which is the Alien. And this is the same for the non-reflective. No value on that. Don't even think about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want a personal pair like me, because I love the shoe personally, I'm going to be copping. Definitely get yourself a personal pair. We might even be able to see this for under retail, although I'm not really 100% sure. I still think it's going to be around that range. I checked, some of the EU sites have it sitting. If you convert the 200 pounds to USD, it's like $255. So that's more than the 230 USD that it would be here. So I'm not sure if that's a factor, but I think the resale is going to sit around retail, maybe, you know, 10, 20, 30 bucks at most. That's that. Moving on to the reflective pair. Guys, if you don't know by now, reflective pairs, even the lackluster ones like this, you should go for them. And so despite the retail of the reflective being $250, which is $20 higher, this is one that you should go for, because if you don't know by now, reflective pairs always resell. And even when they don't resell right away, like in the case of a Citron reflective, which right after the drop, the lowest price was about like $270, so not that much above retail. Even something like that has grown over time and is going in, you know, 300-400 plus now. I mean, it's been a while, of course. I'm not advocating that you hold the reflective for a full year, but what I'm saying is the reflective, the stock's much more limited, and especially when the shoe's like cheaper like this, people might prefer to spend the extra $75 over the regular non-reflective version to get the reflective version, especially if the normal version is just kind of like sitting. For some people, if stuff sits, some people think, oh, I can't wear it because like anyone can get it and it's too cheap. That's why the reflective pair is gonna have more value and be worth going for. This isn't like an amazing drop, guys. Like, I'm not hyping this up. I'm trying to keep your expectations realistic with this one, because even the reflective pair, right now the prices are, I think, in like the mid 300s, I want to say, on those. And so that's going to drop down to probably around 300. You're going to get some undercutters selling for 290. They're happy to make 5-10 bucks, I guess. Hold this shoe for a couple of months. Not a crazy long time. You sell it, you'll be able to 1.5 times your initial investment if you sell it at consignment. And the good thing about these 380 reflectives that I noticed is that, like, people just don't send them to consignment. Since it's such a low demand shoe, like, people, you know, they just sell it on StockX. And I get it, because it's a slow mover at consignment, but if the shop has no pairs and you have 5 different sizes of a pepper reflective and you send them all 5 sizes, there's a good chance that someone's gonna come in the store, like it, and that's gonna be one of their sizes. It's always better if a store doesn't have any of a shoe to try to fill multiple sizes at once. Because you just send one size, people are gonna look at it and they don't know what size it is when they're looking at it. So they look at it and they go, hey, let me get this in a 12. And they go, sorry, we don't have it in a 12. Damn, if you had sent your 12 with it, you could have sold that. That was just a little lesson about consignment that I want to teach you for those of you who care and who have been watching this video the whole time. That's it. Don't cop the non-reflective unless it's for personal. I don't know why I'm doing a 1-2 thing here. And 2, cop the reflective for resale. Sit on it for a little bit. It's not going to be crazy returns, but it's still worth copping. Even if you don't want to sit on it, send it to consignment, do whatever you got to do, find a buyer for it. You're gonna be able to make a couple bucks. It's worth going for. The stock's gonna be low. I don't know how many, you know, if people are gonna be able to hit huge clips of this, probably not. I feel like people aren't really able to do that with reflectives. And so that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel. A lot more content. Like I said, this is the 17th installation of my upcoming Yeezy series. This segment is my most produced content, so make sure that you do subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.